Hey everybody, I just wanted to make a little week 4 video for y'all, go over some updates that I have, and also look into the week 4 packet and maybe answer any questions that I think you might have throughout the week about any of the work. I kind of wanted to make these videos for y'all. I feel like it'll be easier for you to have a place to resort back to if you need a question answered, or maybe to see how an activity is supposed to be done or anything like that. So I hope this video will help. I'm going to try to make them weekly to go over whatever work we have planned, or if I have anything new to tell you. I think this will be kind of a good way to set it up so that you can quickly access any information you need from me. If you do have any questions outside of this, I am available Monday through Friday from 9 to 11:30 and from 1:30 to 3. So if you need me, please feel free to reach out to me. I want to share 2 updates with you real quick. The first update is the State Department put out some guidelines last week while we were on spring break, and these are just instructional minute guidelines. So for each grade level, they set a minimum and maximum number of instructional minutes that they feel are appropriate for each grade level. So for 4K, they've set a minimum of 20 minutes of instruction a day per child and a maximum of 60. So we're going to stay on the same track we're on as far as the work that I've provided you. But I also want to say that if you feel like it's taking your child longer than a total of 60 minutes a day, please just reach out to me and we can work something out to better suit your child. I'm very cool about working things out. I'm very understanding. Every child is different. Every child works at a different pace. So if something's not working out for your child, or it's taking a little longer, just let me know and we'll work something out. It's not a big deal at all. I'm here to help. The second thing I wanted to say is that I think there was a little confusion about whether or not Monday was the teacher work day or not. On our school calendar, it says that it is a teacher work day. And so with everything going on, it's kind of been crazy. So I try to just, your week 2 packet says at the top the 20th through 24th. And so I do want to keep it as a Monday through Friday packet. So what we're going to do is just take out day 1. You can just cross out day 1 and just start with day 2. Because I'd like I said, I'd like to keep us Monday through Friday. And if we just mark out day 1, then we kind of fix the problem. So when you turn your packet into me, it'll just say, it'll show you starting at day 2 and doing 4 days. So if you turn in 4 days for this week, then that's perfect. I don't need 5. If you wanted to do 5 with your child and you have extra time, that's perfect. But 4 days will be good. So I just want to look into this this week 4 packet. Okay, you're going to have your cover page as always. And then you're also going to have your check-off sheet right here with your list of activities for every day. So like I said, just mark through day 1, and we're starting on a Tuesday. If you work today, great. So the first thing we're starting with is the alphabet writing. We did this for the first 3 weeks as well, but this week we're focusing on these 5 letters. This is what our letter review will be on, and on your child's Clever account, there will be a letter review PowerPoint that I've created for them as well, a little video for them to access to help them review these letters. So we do want to talk about the letters, the sounds for these specific letters, and then they can just trace 3 times and write 1 time. All right, so they'll be doing this. You'll have to excuse me. I didn't know about this beforehand. The second thing is the number writing and ID 6 through 10. You're going to see that in your child's packet. I do want to say this. You're going to notice that the 6 and the 9 are in a regular font. If you'll just have your child trace over those, the tracing font did not look like the 6 and the 9 that we teach them to write, and it was very confusing. So I did not use the tracing font for those. So all they need to do is, just like they were using the tracing font, and just write over the numbers. So I don't have my number sheet with me. I had to give it to another student, and I didn't have another copy after that. So it's just like the letter tracing. They're just going to do numbers 6 through 10. So they'll trace 3 and write 1. The third item is complete 1 page from the stapled packet. We always have the little stapled packet at the back. And so I do want to just go over these activities real quick. 2 of the items in there are a pea flower that they can create. And then there's also, and I'm going to go ahead and just show you this one, the F, along with the petals for the F flower. These are 2 different days worth of activities. So you won't do the P and the F in the same day. They count as 1 each. But for the letter P, every petal has a picture on it that begins with a P. So what we would have them do is they're just going to color each P picture. They'll cut them out. And then they can glue them onto the flower. And they're going to hang off a little bit. That's fine. We do expect them to hang off. We normally cut them out and put them on some construction paper. And that makes it a little bit easier to fit it to. But for at home, we'll just let them color each picture. So, just talk about the pictures, have them identify the pictures for the letter P, and then on a different day, you'll do the same thing for the letter F. I wanted to mix up the activities a little bit, so I only did, I chose 2 letters out of our review set. So I chose the F and the P. And so, like I said, that F can be 1 day and then P is for another day. The next activity that's in that stapled pack for a choice of the 5 is a hot and cold weather graph. And they'll just take the little strip right here. They can color the different articles of clothing. And then we're just going to have them sort which items of clothing would you wear when the weather's hot and which ones would you wear when the weather's cold. So they'll just color, cut, and then paste to the correct category. This is to add a little bit of science to our packet. And then the next activity, I really love this. This is awesome. This is a reading comprehension sheet. So it just kind of helps to see like how well your child is comprehending what you're reading on the sheet to them. So like the first one says the sun is yellow and the birdhouse is brown. So you're going to tell them that and then, or read that to them. And then we want to see how well they were comprehending what you were saying. They would just need to color the sun yellow and the birdhouse brown. And then you can go to the next item, read it to them, and then try to have them show you what you've read. So they'll just end up coloring the picture based off of you reading each item and them comprehending what you're saying. All right, the last item is a math sheet. And all they're going to do right here is just tell you how many circles are on each row. And then they'll just write the number right over here. So that's kind of simple right there. They're just telling you how many circles are on each row and then writing the number over to the side. All right, that's it for the stapled packet. There are 5 activities in here. Like I said earlier, I'm not expecting you to do 5 days worth because Monday was supposed to be a teacher work day. So you'll have 1 activity left out of here if you choose to not do any extra work. So you'll only have to actually complete 5 of these. If you need the extra work, you'll have it. All right, I'm going to go back to my checklist here. Review sight words and, practice writing first and last name. Oops. That's just the name writing sheet. Once again, you can do 5 days worth, but I only will need 4 days worth from you. So there's that. All right. And then the sight words is next on my checklist. So this is something new we've added. If you look in your packet, you will see a sight word note from me explaining all about sight words and kind of how we explain them to the kids, and telling you how our new sight word unit is going to work. So in the packet, you should receive these 5 sight words. I also have a PowerPoint of me teaching the sight words, and they can look at this daily. This is really big for them to go on there and hear me teaching and see the words as I'm teaching them and spelling them out. On the video, it's like I said, it's going to be really big for them because they'll be able to repeat to me and spell the words. So these right here for you to just cut out and keep at home as kind of like flashcards and to review with them. But there is a video of me teaching underneath week 4 instruction on their Clever account. So please be sure to have them watch that. They can watch that daily. They can watch it a few times. It's only like a 2 to 3 minute video, but it's really huge. I really encourage them to get on there and watch that. All right, we're close to the end here. I know it's a lot. All right. They can still practice their foundations cards. Like I said, that'll just be if you feel like, that they're in that 20 to 60 minute range, but they really know their letters and sounds, then just don't worry about reviewing those every single day. If your child does need help with letter and sounds, please review them every day. That's really important. And I would rather you go to that first instead of focusing so much on the sight words if they still need a lot of alphabet help. So if your child is good with letters and sounds, we still want to review, but let's just cut it down to like 2 times a week. And if you check it off on there and you're still doing it 2 times a week, that's fine with me. I don't, just check it off for the day, and I'll understand that that your child doesn't need as much review on that. So alphabet cards, practice counting, and also we want to do the oral counting to 30 or higher. We don't want to stop them. And also counting objects. Any kind of objects they take interest in is great. So just try to have them count up to 10 objects a day. If they can go further than that, that's great. 10 is our objective. So, and then read at least 2 books and discuss at home. And you'll also notice in your packet that I have included a little grid here that it says reading long at the top, but it just says to choose an idea to kind of discuss and focus on that story you're doing. So I kind of wanted to include this to help guide you with kind of what to discuss with them from the stories and some different things we do at school, some things we talk about when we read at school. So new things are your child's Clever account. Just go on there. I'll be adding videos of me teaching for each week, focusing on what we're doing that week. So like I said, this week, the 2 main things are going to be the 5 letters we're reviewing and then our 5 new sight words. And those will stay on their Clever. So even when we go to new stuff next week, they can still refer back to the videos and have those on their account. So those, like I said, those are huge, very important. I think I've tried to answer anything that I think you might have a question for. The only other thing I want to say is the Happy Numbers. Guys, that is a free program that we were able to get. It's not something they're used to, so it will be new to them, but it's awesome. It teaches them, and then it lets them do a little activity to kind of answer, to see if they were understanding and picked up on what was being taught. So that's a self-paced program. I won't be assigning how much work to do on there. It's just an kind of like a supplemental thing. It is a great program. I've looked a lot into it. I've worked with it a little bit, and it will help them a lot. So it's self-paced based on each student. I won't be assigning anything for that, and I hope they'll really like that. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I hope this was helpful. I will do a week 5 video, and if you need something, please reach out to me. I appreciate it. Thanks, y'all.